नमस्कार. जय श्रीकृष्ण. श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर, श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा. Enunciating text 34, text 35, text 36, text 37 and text 38 of chapter 11. Calculation of time from the atom of third canto, the status quo of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 34. यदर्ध मायुष स्तस्य परार्धम भिधीयते पूर्वः परार्धो अपक्रांतो हयपरो अद्य प्रवर्तते. The 100 years of Brahma's life are divided into two parts, the first half and the second half. The first half of the duration of Brahma's life is already over and the second half is now current. The duration of 100 years in the life of Brahma has already been discussed in many places in this work, and it is described in Bhagavad Gita 8.17 also. 50 years of the life of Brahma are already over and 50 years are yet to be completed. Therefore Brahma also death is inevitable. Text 35. पूर्व स्यादौ परार्धस्य ब्राह्मो नाम महान्भूत कल्पो यत्रा भवद ब्रह्मा शब्द ब्रह्मेति यम विदुः. In the beginning of the first half of Brahma's life, there was a millennium called Brahma Kalpa, wherein Lord Brahma appeared. The birth of the Vedas was simultaneous with Brahma's birth. According to Padma Puran, Prabhas Khanda, in 30 days of Brahma, many kalpas take place, such as the Varaha Kalpa and Pitru Kalpa. 30 days make 1 month of Brahma, beginning from the full moon to the disappearance of the moon. 12 such months complete 1 year, and 50 years complete 1 parardha, or 1/2 the duration of the life of Brahma. The Shweta Varaha appearance of the Lord is the first birthday of Brahma. The birth date of Brahma is in the month of March, according to Hindu astronomical calculation. This statement is reproduced from the explanation of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Text 36. Tasyaiva chante kalpo abhudyam padmam vichakshate yadadharera नाभि सरस आसिल्लोक सरोरुहम. The millennium which followed the first Brahma millennium is known as the Padma millennium, because in that millennium the universal lotus flower grew out of the navel reservoir of water of the personality of Godhead Hari. The millennium following the Brahma Kalpa is known as the Padma Kalpa, because the universal lotus grows in that millennium. The Padma Kalpa is also called the Pitru Kalpa in certain Puranas. Text 37. Ayam tu kathitah kalpo द्वितीयस्यापि भारत वाराह इति विख्यातो यत्रासि च छूकरो हरिः. O descendant of Bharat, the first millennium in the second half of the life of Brahma is also known as the Varaha millennium, because the personality of Godhead appeared in that millennium as the hog incarnation. The different millenniums known as the Brahma, Padma and Varaha Kalpas appear a little puzzling for the layman. There are some scholars who think these Kalpas to be one and the same. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, the Brahma's Kalpa in the beginning of the first half appears to be the Padma Kalpa. We can, however, simply abide by the text and understand that the present millennium is in the second half of the duration of the life of Brahma. Text 38. Kalo ayam द्विपरार्थाख्यो निमेष उपचर्यते अव्याकृत स्यानन्तस्य हयेनादेर जगदात्मनः. The duration of the two parts of Brahma's life as mentioned here is calculated to be equal to 1 nimesha, less than a second, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unchanging and unlimited and is the cause of all causes of the universe. The great sage Maitreya has given a considerable description of the time of different dimensions, beginning from the atom up to the duration of the life of Brahma. Now he attempts to give some idea of the time of the unlimited personality of Godhead. He just gives a hint of his unlimited time by the standard of the life of Brahma. The entire duration of the life of Brahma is calculated to be less than a second of the Lord's time, as it is explained in the Brahma Samhita 5.48 as follows. Yas yaika nishvasita kalam athavalambya jivanti loma vilaja jagad andanathaha vishnur mahan sa iha yasya kala vishesho govindam adipurusham tam aham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, whose plenary portion is Mahavishnu. All the heads of the innumerable universes, the Brahma, live only by taking shelter of the time occupied by one of his breaths. The impersonalists do not believe in the form of the Lord, and thus they would hardly believe in the Lord sleeping. Their idea is obtained by a pure fund of knowledge. They calculate everything in terms of man's capacity. They think that the existence of the Supreme is just the opposite of active human existence. Because the human being has senses, the Supreme must be without sense perception. Because the human being has a form, the Supreme must be formless. And because the human being sleeps, the Supreme must not sleep. Srimad Bhagavatam, however, does not agree with such impersonalists. It is clearly stated herein that the Supreme Lord rests in Yoga Nidra, as previously discussed. And because he sleeps, naturally he must breathe. And the Brahma Samhita confirms that within his breathing period, innumerable Brahmas take birth and die. There is complete agreement between Srimad Bhagavatam and the Brahma Samhita. Eternal time is never lost along with the life of Brahma. It continues, but it has no ability to control the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because the Lord is the controller of time. In the spiritual world, there is undoubtedly time, but it has no control over activities. Time is unlimited, and the spiritual world is also unlimited, since everything there exists on the absolute plane. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.